Welcome back to the Mowing in the Dark podcast. I am your host, Aaron Sutter. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Guys, it is time to talk about the GIE Expo, the Equip Expo. I will always think of it as the GIE Expo. The Equip Expo. We all kind of think of it as a GIE, don't we? I gotta fix my hair here. It is driving me insane. Sorry, guys. I'm on YouTube and I'm on the podcast, so I see myself in the camera and my hair looks awful. So, guys, welcome back to another episode. This is the Equip Expo episode. It is time to get registered for the Equip Expo. It is time to get your hotel booked or whatever kind of lodging you're going to do, whether you're going to pull an RV down there, which I've done. I've stayed in hotels. You've got to do it. You've got to get booked now. A lot of the hotels are already full for the weekend of the Equip Expo. You've got to get on it right now. Okay, that's the number one thing that I want to get across to you is you have to book your stuff right now, or else you're going to have a very hard time finding a hotel that is relatively close to the expo. When I say relatively, I'm talking 20 to 30 minutes away. Okay, that's relatively close to the expo when you wait until September, October to book your hotel. I have a hotel that is 5 minutes from the expo. Well, I would say 10 with traffic, okay? I've stayed at the hotel before. It's fairly nice. It's in a little bit rougher neighborhood, but it's much nicer than the Red Roof Inn, so that's good. I've stayed there before. It's nice. It's not bad. I've stayed in hotels downtown. I even won every year if you book your hotel through the Equip Expo website. Now, I don't know if they're still doing it anymore, but they used to. The housing, what do they call it? The housing authority in Louisville, I'm never going to say Louisville right, so I'm just going to say it how I say it. They had like this contest that they would choose a winner of a free stay if you booked through the Equip or the GIE website. And so I've done that every year, except for the year that I took my camper. And one year I won that. I think it was like in 2018, 2019, I got to stay at the Embassy Suites, downtown 4th Street, Louisville, Kentucky. It was way above my pay grade. I felt like a fish out of water in this place. You walk in, there's marble everywhere. I mean, it's like the people are like saying, hello, sir, and hello, madam, and they had like valet parking and all this stuff. I am not used to it. I got like this gift bag. There was 2 bottles of bourbon in it. There was a bunch of other stuff in there. It was crazy. It was crazy, but it was awesome. It was really awesome. So I was a winner of that for 1 year. I've stayed in the Galt House, so I know what the Galt House is like. It's very nice inside the Galt House. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but it is downtown, so you can look at that, see if you want to stay there. Downtown is nice if you like going to the concerts on 4th Street. Now, I used to do that, but since I take my son Marcus with me, he's 13. He doesn't care for big crowds. He doesn't like loudness, so we don't go to the 4th Street Live thing anymore, unless maybe someone invites us to dinner down there, but that hasn't happened, so we just typically stay away from the downtown area these days. It's less hassle. So we get our hotel close to the expo. Last year we stayed at the Sleep Inn, which was okay. It wasn't super nice. It wasn't super bad, but it was super close to the expo center. I mean, you could literally walk to the expo center if you wanted to. But this year they jacked up their rates for the weekend of the expo. And so it's that normal supply and demand thing. They have a lot of demand for their hotel because it's so close to the expo. So they jacked their rates up to $300, over $300 a night. It is not a $300 a night hotel. All right. You could stay at the Embassy Suites downtown for less than that. So you got to get your hotel now. That's what I'm trying to get into your head. You've got to get your hotel now. Now let's rewind back to the beginning. You've got to plan your schedule now. Don't be one of those people that says, well, I'll go if I can. I'll go if I get the time. I'll go if there's room in my schedule. There will never be room in your schedule. We work ourselves to death in this industry. There's always going to be another job. There's always going to be more lawns. You've got to set aside the time in your calendar right now, saying, I am not going to work the week of the Equip Expo, or I am not going to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of the Equip Expo. Me personally, I take off the whole week for the Equip Expo. The reason I do this is, number one, the lawns are slowing down around that time. 2, it's way less stress. 3, I can get down there for the Tuesday night events, the opening ceremony or whatever you want to call it. I can get down there and enjoy that. I could even go down Monday if I want. And so it works really well to just take the whole week off. It's a lot less stress. I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off. The weather is not going to affect me. That is why I take the whole week off. I lose revenue. I lose revenue to go to the Equip Expo. That's how important I think it is. All right. I have friends. I have a lot of friends who just take off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and go to the Equip Expo. That's fine. I did that for years. But you come to a point where the stress is too much. Yes, we like making money. We need to make money. But how much money are you really losing when you take that week off? You've got to look at your business as something that is there to serve you. You are not there to serve it. All right? And I struggled with this for years. I struggled with it for years. I was here serving my business. I was here doing all the work, all the paperwork, everything. I'm a solo operator, so I wear all the hats. And I just sat here at home all week long serving my business all summer long. And I finally got to the point where I said, you know what? I am taking a week off for vacation once a year. This is the starting point. Once a year. So in July, the warmest time of the year here in Michigan, where it's usually the driest, not always, but usually, I take a week off. And I schedule it. I schedule my vacations before the season even starts. I'll let all my clients know I am taking off July 10th through the 17th. Don't call me, don't email me, nothing. I am off. I'm off. I'm on vacation with my family. You're non-existent to me during this week. That's the line in the sand that I've drawn to spend that week with my family so we can all enjoy the time together. All right. Yes. Again, I lose revenue. But guess what? It's the hottest, driest part of the season. I'm most likely losing a lot of revenue anyway because I'm skipping cuts. Now, I have gone to a 12-month contract, which allows me to make some money when it's dry. But on vacation, I block that out. I take that particular mowing or cut out of the contract. They're not paying for it anyway. I have my rates set so that I get paid, whether I'm on vacation, whether I'm here working, I get paid. My bills are paid. The business makes a little less money. Yes. Yeah, sorry, it does. I'm okay with it because the business is here to serve me. I'm not here to serve the business. Then, a couple of years ago, when the first time I took my son Marcus to the Equip Expo, I pulled the camper down because I thought, I want to experience it at least once, pulling the camper down. So we did that. We stayed right there in the parking lot at the Equip Expo. They have a whole campground there right at the Equip Expo. If you're interested in it, go to the Equip Expo website. They have a listing there, I believe, for RV parking. It's like $75 a night. You get water and electric. There are some full hookup sites though, so first come, first serve. You don't pick a site necessarily. You go down there and you can drive around and pick your site. So if you're taking an RV, get down there early. First come, first serve, okay? So you've got to plan. You've got to take the time off. Do it now. Set it now. All right? Now, like I was saying, a couple years ago, we took the RV down and I took the whole week off. I'm like, I'm going to take this time with Marcus. He's only 12 once. He's only 11 once. I am going to take this week off and we're going to go down there. So we went down Monday. We took our time going down. It's only 6 hours, but we stopped off and we spent the night somewhere at another campground. It was beautiful. Then we headed down to the expo. We just had a great time. And I can't ever get that time back. I can always get that money back. I can't get that time back. Time is much more valuable than money. Much more valuable. And so I don't care if I lose a little bit of revenue. I'm okay with it because time is much more valuable. If you were told you get 1 week with your family, and then you're going to die, are you going to spend that time working to make however much money you make, $7,000, $10,000, $30,000? Or are you going to spend that time with your family? You're going to spend it with your family. Who cares? You're going to die in a week. Why would you spend your last week working when you know you're going to die in a week? So think of it in those terms. You only get so much time on this earth. You've only got one family. Make it count. Spend the time. Lose the money. Money can be made other places. You only get one life. So use it to the best of your ability. All right? I'm talking to those solo guys out there, especially the solo guys, because we're the ones that are like, I don't know, I'm going to lose money. I don't know. I was that way for years. You got to do it. You just have to do it. It's worth it. Once you do it, once you schedule that time off, you contact your customers. Don't just go and drop them for a week. That'd be stupid. Contact your customers. Say, I'm taking the week off to go to this huge industry expo. I'm taking it off. It's a vacation for me. I'm going to learn a lot. I'm going to network. I'm going to do all this stuff. And I'm going to go and have fun. Be honest. Your customers, 9 times out of 10, are going to say, I am so happy for you. Go get it. Go spend that time. Because a lot of our customers, me included, are older. They understand. Now that they're older, they understand the value of time. Because their time, their hourglass, the sand in their hourglass is winding down. They understand the value of time. We're young. So we're thinking we got to make money while the sun is shining. But it's just not. It's not the truth. We've bought into this bill of goods that grind it, man. Grind away. Grind your life away. No. That's the stupidest thing anyone has ever said. Grind your life away. You can sleep when you're dead. That's the stupidest thing anyone has ever said. Whoever said that, they're probably dead already because they probably worked themselves into an early grave. We have to understand that we got to take time off. All right, off my soapbox about time off, okay? Let's get into the Equip Expo. So the Equip Expo opens Tuesday night. They're having a big welcome reception, I think is what they call it, at the Yum Center, the KCC or whatever it is, Yum Center in Louisville. And they're probably going to have fireworks and stuff like that. So that's going to be a good time. Last year they had it at the Louisville Slugger Stadium. They had, of course, they had a cash bar, and they had cornhole you could play. They had a whole food spread that you could eat, and you could just walk around, enjoy each other's company. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And then they had fireworks. So it was pretty cool. It was a good start to the year last year. I think it'll probably be a lot of the same this year. And then we go into Wednesday. Wednesday, the Equip Expo opens to everyone at noon. All right? It opens for dealers at 9. So everyone else who's just going for the expo, they can get in at noon, I believe. And so that's when it really kicks off for me. And then I believe it goes to 5 or 7, something like that. I've got my phone here, but it closed on me. So anyway, like 5 to or noon to 7, something like that. It's like extended hours, okay? And guys, there's going to be free alcohol. There's going to be stuff like that. So I don't really care that people are drinking there, but it does make it a little uncomfortable, because you do get some guys that will literally stand in line the entire day to get free beer. They will stand in line the entire day to get free beer. What a waste. Just a waste of time. Again, we come back to that time thing. You're drinking alcohol, which lessens your life expectancy, which takes away time. You're standing in line, which eats up your time. You're just wasting time. For alcohol. For what? For nothing. Absolutely nothing. So anyway, that's just my opinion. If you drink alcohol, I don't care. Go ahead. You know, you only live once, right? So, I mean, you could do that. I don't care. It's up to you. I really do not care. There's no judgment here. It just does make me a little uncomfortable when you see some guys wobbling around the floor because they've had too much to drink. Okay? That's what I'm saying. All right. So a few notes that we have to go over in this episode, because there's some controversy over the last couple of years. Kids under 12 have not been allowed at the Equip Expo at all, bar none, period, case closed. You cannot get into the Equip Expo if you are younger than 12 years old. This is a sore spot for a lot of people. A lot of businesses, a lot of lawn care businesses are family-owned businesses. And these families want to bring their kids, their whole family, to the Equip Expo. They have been doing it for years. And up until 2 years ago, they were allowed to do so. But now, probably due to insurance and liability, and I get it, I understand, but due to those things, families are no longer welcome at the Equip Expo if you have children under 12. All right? Families are welcome if you've got teenagers over 12 years old, family friendly. If you have children under 12, those children are not welcome at the expo. That saddens me. That kind of makes me upset. I have a child that's under 12. Our whole family would love to go to the Equip Expo. Unfortunately, we can't do it because he's under 12. And my son Marcus, his first year going to the expo, they sprung on us. I mean, I guess you could say they didn't spring it on us. They had it on their website, as far as I know. In hindsight, it said that no one under 12 could go out in the demo area. And most of us just didn't see it because we're not used to that. We weren't used to that. Everyone was allowed outside before. But the year that my son Marcus went, he was not allowed in the demo area. So we, being that I was his guardian, I was the only adult with him, we had to stay inside. So 2021, was the year that I didn't demo any equipment because I couldn't go outside. And that we were really depressed that year. Really depressed because it was just a bummer. And now that he's 12, he can go outside. Attendees that are 12 and older, they do have access to the outdoor demo. They cannot drive equipment, but they do have access to it. They can go outside and they can see the equipment running. All right, so I'm happy that the Equip Expo allows kids under 12 or over 12 to go outside and view the equipment. I really do. The year that we went, it was kids under 16 were not allowed in the demo area. So they've changed it a little bit, which is fine. That's good. But what I would say to the Equip Expo, if they were going to listen to this episode, is pay more money for the insurance. Get the insurance coverage so that whole families can come. If you want the biggest show in the industry, in the world, the biggest trade show in the world, if you're going for that title, because the Equip Expo is the 5th largest, I think it is, in the world, or in the country anyway, for as far as expos go, and you want to move up to number 4, well, you're not going to do it by keeping families away. Pay the extra money for insurance. Charge us $10 more for a ticket. I'm okay with that. We get so much value out of going if you get an influencer's discount code. If you listen to, Brian's Lawn Maintenance, they hand them out like candy these days. There's so many influencers that have these 50% off discount codes for your registration fee. You can register for the Equip Expo for $10 if you go and use one of these discount codes. So I point everyone to Naylor Taliaferro, LCR Media, to use his code because he keeps the rally going. He's the one that organizes that. So I point everybody to him because he puts a ton of work into it. And this just helps him, encourages him to continue putting in the work to keep the rally going that is on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. following the trade show. All right, so this year, since we're talking about it, the rally, we just call it the rally. It's after the expo. However, because this is the 30th or 40th year of the Equip Expo or the GIE Expo, whatever you want to call it, they're having a huge blowout concert at the Yum Center on Thursday night. So Naylor got a room. He rented a room at the Yum Center. And so they're going to have food. They're going to have drinks. It's basically still a Thursday night thing, still the rally. But after the rally, you can just go downstairs and be at the concert. So that has been a little bit of a drawback in years past because the Equip Expo always has their biggest name artist on 4th Street Live on Thursday night. And so a lot of people come to the rally, but then they want to rush to 4th Street Live. And I get it. I get that because they want to see this artist. They get to see the artist for free. So when are you going to be able to go to a Trace Adkins concert for free like we did last year? All these big name artists that come and you can see them for free. So, I get it. I get why people want to rush out and make it to 4th Street. I get it. I love music. I'm a musician, so I love music. But the rally is really important to me. So if you guys are going to go to the rally, I really encourage you to use Naylor Taliaferro's 50% discount code for registration fee for the expo so that he gets that kickback just for all the hard work that he has put into planning the rally every single year. All right. It's a big deal. So I really thank Naylor a lot for sticking his neck out and putting money on the line to do the rally because it's not cheap. Now, this isn't his own money. He probably does put up some of his own money, knowing him, but he also does get sponsors for the rally. So the rally is sponsored by Toro and a bunch of people. I don't know who all it is. But anyway, with that being said, I really hope that you use his 50% off discount code. That's what I did. I've done that every year because I want him to get that kickback. All right. So the next issue that I have with the Equip Expo is that this year, my friend pointed out to me, Lawn Care Life in Missouri, Cameron Duncan, he pointed out to me that in their FAQs, there was this thing that says, is there photography allowed on the exhibitor floor? Now, we all know that a lot of us bring cameras, video cameras. We make YouTube videos. We're making content. That is part of today's world. That is a part of today's business world, is making content. All right? This is what the Equip Expo says about the question, is photography allowed on the exhibit floor? This is a quote directly from their website. Photography and or video recording of any booths within the exhibit areas by any attendee exhibitor personnel is limited. Now, what do we mean by limited? Well, let's see. Due to the sensitive nature of new products and unique booth displays, photography and or video recording of any booths within the exhibit areas by any attendee/exhibitor personnel is limited unless exceptions are made only when permission is obtained from the exhibitor whose booth product is being photographed, videotaped, and or all individuals appearing in the photograph or video. So you have to get permission from everyone in the video or photograph. You need to get permission from the company that you're videotaping their booth, is what this is saying. Now, I am guessing that this is going to be a very lax rule, but we don't know, right? In years past, there have been companies that have said, no, we don't want you to film this. Great, fine. I'm okay with that. All right? When I first started going to the Equip Expo, I was one of maybe 16 to 20 people that was walking around with a camera. We would get side eyes all the time because it was new. The YouTube thing in the lawn care industry was new. And so it was not heard of really, except for like corporate espionage people who were trying to steal products, product designs. And so we would get yelled at quite a bit when we first started going to the expo. And I'm not saying this about myself, but I'm saying this about other attendees that are on YouTube. Look at what those videos have created today. The expo has grown exponentially because of YouTube. It is not because of the Equip Expo's advertising. It is not. The advertising for the Equip Expo is solely based on the YouTube content that people have made. Unless you have attended the Equip Expo, you're not going to get mail from the Equip Expo. And let me tell you, I get a lot of mail from the Equip Expo. I don't care about the mail. I don't even look at it. You know what I look at? I look at the videos on YouTube. We all do, because that's where we get true, real information. And so to restrict the video and photography, not only does that hurt the brands that are at the expo, we're talking Toro, Exmark, Skag, all these companies, the little guys that need that exposure that YouTube brings. But it also hurts us as creators and business owners. Now, I'm okay if they don't want us to film. I'm okay with that. It's all right. I'm not bummed out too bad about that. But I am bummed for the companies that have their product there, that want it shared with the world. This is where it can be. That whole weird chariot thing that the guy drives around on and trimming, that thing blew up because of YouTube. Solely because of the videos that were shot at the Equip Expo. You gotta understand, when you're in this industry or in any industry, YouTube is the driving force, YouTube and Instagram, behind these products. The economy today, it is the driving force. And so I am telling you what, if they really restrict this, which I don't think they're going to, I think this is just a clause in there that they have to put in. But I'm guessing there is not a single company that is going to restrict filming, because they know this is free advertising for them. That is why they pay huge amounts of money. I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars in some cases to put a booth at the Equip Expo, because they know they are going to get a large amount of exposure online because of all these guys that are bringing their video camera, showing their products. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter if it's in passing. When someone sees their logo, that to them is worth it. That is brand awareness. They want that. So I'm telling you, that rule alone, if they really enforce it hard, will hurt the brands at the Equip Expo. I told my buddy Cameron the other day, we talk every so often over Messenger, and I told him it's almost like the Equip Expo doesn't want people to come to the expo. It's almost like they're restricting so much that it seems like they don't want people to come anymore. That's what it feels like. It feels like they want less people there. That's what it feels like. It feels like they're saying, we don't want as many people as we have had in the past. So stay away. Don't bring your cameras. If you're going to bring your camera, just stay away. If you're going to bring your family, don't bring them. Just stay away. And a lot of people are. A lot of people are. A lot of people last year skipped the expo because they couldn't bring their family. And so, and I know people that are going to skip it this year because they can't bring their family. People make this a vacation. I know this would be a family vacation for me if I could bring my family. It's so important. We use this time. Number one, it's a write-off. If you take your family to the Equip Expo, you can write off that whole thing. You better believe you can. That's a business expense. You're just taking a few other mouths with you. You can write that off. So I'm just telling you, you got to be aware. Go to the Equip Expo website, check it out, read the FAQs, make sure you know what's going on, okay? Now, this is not to downplay the Equip Expo. I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm trying to inform you, okay? Like I said, I don't think they're going to enforce that video and photography thing because these brands want that exposure. That is why they are there. So I don't think they're going to enforce it. I think they just had to put it there. But the kids under 12 thing, that is affecting a lot of people. A lot of people are really upset about that. And I can understand why. I really can. So I'm just trying to inform you. I want you to be aware. I've seen people online on Facebook posts asking, are kids still not allowed at the Equip Expo? And there's a lot of misunderstanding around this. So you really need to know. Kids under 12 are not allowed at the Equip Expo. When you hear, Chris Kaiser, the big wig, on Brian's podcast or on Naylor's podcast or on whoever's podcast, they don't really talk about that part because it's touchy. They don't want to advertise that part, that you can't bring your kids. You know, they don't like talking about that. It's negative. So they don't want to talk about that. That's why I'm talking about it so much, because you need to know. So spread the word. Share this podcast episode on your social media. Get the word out that this is it. This is why. We got to be sure that we understand. Kids under 12 are not allowed into the expo, period. Not in the building. All right, so you got to be aware. All right, and then after the Thursday rally and the concert and all that stuff, we go into Friday. The expo opens at 9 o'clock, I believe, and it goes till 2 p.m., I think. I don't think it's 3, I think it's 2. Then it closes up, everybody goes home, and it's done. So that's basically it for the events that are going on that I know about. I'm super excited for the expo. I wish I could bring my whole family, but I can't. So I'm okay with that. I'm still excited about the expo, but you need to plan. Don't forget what we talked about. You need to get on your computer or your phone right now and book your hotel. Whether you're going to go or not, whether you're going to be able to go or not, you can cancel a hotel room. Did you know that? You can cancel a hotel reservation. It's pretty simple. It's really simple. So go do it. Go book your hotel. You know, let's talk about money for a minute. I save $50. Well, I shouldn't say 50. I save $100 every month to go to the Equip Expo. I save all year round, so that when it's time for me to go to the Equip Expo, I have $1,200 in an account specific just for the Equip Expo. Now, I don't spend that money, all that money. That money goes to a hotel, and usually I try to get a very reasonable hotel. They keep raising the prices, so we'll see how long that lasts to be a reasonable hotel. But so I have that money in an account. It pays for gas and the hotel and food. I save $100 every month. I take that $100 out of my checking account and stick it in a savings account, and it doesn't get touched until the week of the expo. I encourage you to do that. The way I do it is I take $50 every 2 weeks out of my checking account and put it in that account. It's there. It never gets touched. It's like I don't even have it until the Equip Expo. It's so simple to do, you won't even realize that money is gone. So I really encourage you to do it. What is $100 a month? It's not a lot. It's like $100 a month is basically 10 coffees a month at Starbucks. Maybe 15 if you're generous. 15 coffees at Starbucks. Okay. It's 1 tank of gas a month. Come on, guys. I'm serious. Let's plan a little bit. Don't just wish that you could go. Don't just go on a wing and a prayer that, oh, it'll just happen if it's supposed to happen. Plan for it. You plan for your business. Plan for this. Why not? I mean, I take this thing seriously. If I want to go, I take it seriously, and I plan and I save and I budget so that I can go and have a great time without having to worry about money at all. All right, guys, that is the last thing I want to say about the Equip Expo right now. If there was anything that I left out, comment down below on the YouTube video. Share the YouTube video on your social media. Let's get it out there so people know about the kids under 12 thing. Let's get it out there so they know about the photography and the video thing. Let's make this stuff known so that people just have a heads up. It's not a negative thing. It's an awareness thing. All right, so share it. Let's get this thing pumping. Let's get people understanding what's actually going to happen at the Equip Expo this year. I'm super excited for it, and I will see you in the next episode.